Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Leo, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page. So I thank you so much in advance. Leo, I hope you're doing well. I'm going to be doing your reading today with two decks. One is the Wild Unknown Alchemy deck, and your tarot reading with Tarot of the Abyss. Cards have been pre-shuffled. A huge storm just like blasted through in the last 10 minutes. It was like really insane. So kind of coming into your reading with that energy of just making a splash, making a big entrance, which makes sense for the Leos. All right, Chiron, well, number 11, Chiron energy. Yeah, making quite a big entrance. Chiron being the entity that is here to teach us lessons. So there could be some growing pains or some lessons that you're experiencing right now. This energy, it's weird because it almost makes me want to do this. Like, I see you, I understand you. There's something to that. Number 11 references the Justice card, Libra energy in the major arcana, and talks about karmic balance. So there's something here where you could be projecting out some wish or desire to make good, make right, bring things into balance, because you know in a very intuitive way that it's up to you, that you're the one. It's almost like the ball is in your court. You're the one having to do or that it's your turn to heal whatever that karmic balance is. And this could just be on an energetic level, but it's like Spirit is saying, Leo, it's your turn to bring balance into the situation. I also see this kind of jeweled energy here, and then something dripping from it. It's very significant. It references to me like a stigmata. So this idea of I mean, the stigmata spiritually, religiously, but also just a larger representation of sacrifice, of suffering, and what is built in its place is this absolute wisdom. And, you know, if we think about the Christ-like figure that kind of suffered in that sense, but suffered for humanity. And I'm speaking very broadly here. I don't affiliate with being Christian. I'm Buddhist, but I'm just, as like the story that I understand of Jesus and being on the cross, it's that idea that he kind of accepted all of humanity's sins unto his own selfhood and his own divinity. And in that divinity, he created something of wisdom. And there's something to that. I don't usually bring up issues like that, but Spirit wants me to bring it up because I'm seeing it very clearly here, that in the place of that violence is now a jewel. So let's get 3 cards for your base spread. There's no particular spread, like there's no past, present, future. It's just the message that Spirit wants you to hear right now. 4 cards came out. Oh, interesting. 4 cards came out. We're starting with the 9 of Pentacles. So you could be in a solitary or singular energy. This is a card of a single, independent entrepreneurial energy. Somebody who is very successful, who is connected with the earth and with nature. Nine of Pentacles. Pentacles is Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Somebody who, you know, you may be very good with animals. That's also a representation that's coming through. But there's a calmness and a self-satisfaction to this card, that you've paid your dues, that you've earned your stripes, is what Spirit just said. You've planted your garden, and now things are coming to harvest, to fruition for you, and you're simply in this space where you are humbly enjoying it, that you're literally stopping to smell the roses. I think you're in this space of gratitude, in a space of gratitude that maybe you haven't been in a while. Not to say you're not grateful, but it's a particular kind of gratitude that I'm picking up on. And that gratitude comes in the space of humbling. Like something humbled you, but because you were humbled, you're now being rewarded. Spirit is rewarding you. The card beside it, High Priestess, number 2 in the major arcana, Pisces energy. It represents somebody who is very connected to the spiritual world. One foot in the material, one foot in the spiritual. The High Priestess sits at the veil between worlds, and she knows all and says nothing. She's classically mute, right? And what does this mean if it's describing you? It means that you can see the bigger picture, you can see the players involved, you understand the emotional aspect, you understand the energetic aspect of what is involved in a situation. And you don't need to flaunt it, you don't need to flaunt that you know, that you intuitively observe. You simply observe. You simply seek to understand. And you're quiet in that process. High Priestess energy, very psychic, clairaudient, clairvoyant, clairsentient, claircognizant. So you could be all of those things right now. Like really just, you know, how does that happen? Like how do we tap into our spiritual gifts? It just starts by practicing, by understanding that they exist, by understanding that they're not something that just happens, you know, without practice, right? Like I consider myself clairaudient, clairsentient, claircognizant. Not really, I mean, some people might say clairvoyant. Some people who have had readings with me have said that. I don't really ascribe to that, but it happens with practice. It's a recognition of, number one, I am a divine being as you are a divine being, and then I have spirit guides and ancestors, and that I talk to them, and that they tell me things, and that they give me information or send me songs or things pop into my head, and recognizing when it's my thought and when it's spirit's thought. And as I just said that, a dragonfly tapped my window. I'm on the 3rd floor of my building, and a dragonfly literally just tapped the window. I cannot prove that to you. That was kind of amazing. You know what's also amazing is the fact that on my window I have this decal of a evil eye. So my throat chakra is closing right now. I have this decal of an evil eye, and it's almost like the dragonfly tapped the evil eye. So you could be having some eyes on you, some envious eyes, some jealous eyes. My throat chakra started to close, so they might not want me to tell you that. You probably already know this. The 4 of Wands coming up next in the reverse. Things, the foundation that you had set for yourself might be kind of being turned on its head right now. 4 of Wands talks about stable foundation. It talks about a homestead. somewhere where we feel comfort and celebration. But when the card, it's also known as the 1111 card. This is also the card of twin flames. But when the card, and also it depicts a birthday, so happy birthday, happy belated birthday to all the Leos out there. When the card, though, is in reverse, it's like there's been a shakeup to the system. Like whatever firm foundation or foundational energy that you had in the past, it's now being called into question. Perhaps you are moving jobs or moving houses or moving friendship circles or just stepping outside of a comfort zone, right? And then the sun, this is your energy in the reverse, major arcana, number 19. I always forget. Number 19. The sun is the best card in the tarot. It's the life-giving energy. It's the clarity, the illumination. Somebody really is trying to block this message. I can't remember the last time I coughed in a reading. It's significant. I'm going to burn some Palo Santo. I feel like there's somebody here that is trying to stifle your light. The sun card in reverse, that is precisely what that can talk about. Things not being able to be clear. You know, maybe it's this residual Chiron energy, the lessons that are being, but the sun is coming out right now, literally, as, I don't know if you could tell that it got brighter, very, very bright. The rain is stopping. But you got this card in reverse. It's not a cautionary message. It's more about the fact that it's like the sun's coming up over the horizon, so you can't quite see it. You know that the goal is in sight. You know that the prosperity is just right around the corner, but you can't quite grasp it. You don't quite have your hand on it at this time. So let's pull some clarifiers. First, for the Nine of Pentacles, this beautiful self-sufficient energy. Pre-Empress. Justice. Look at that. Look at that. What a beautiful synchronicity. 11-11. 11-11. Wow, Leo, that is very significant. You could be seeing 11-11 a lot. You know, if you watch tarot readings, and I'm sure you already know what 11-11 means. It's just this beautiful, you know, life path, blueprint, you know, your spirit guides, the whole shebang. Like the universe is conspiring for you. Justice talks about karmic balance, right? We talked about it in the beginning. And here it is. All of this success that you are now enjoying is because you put the effort, energy, and resources into that success. This did not happen overnight. You earned it. And it's your time. Things are kind of falling into your favor. Things are moving at the pace that you need them to. You stepped onto the path that is meant for you, which is really nice. To clarify the High Priestess, look at that. You see, I was picking up on some energy. Somebody was trying to block this message. The Five of Swords. To clarify the High Priestess, you already know that there's this energy out there, because look at this kid. Five of Swords in the pincushion, and he's got this beautiful butterfly trapped in this jar, and he just looks so self-satisfied. What's he gonna do? You already know, though, Leo. You're savvy and smart enough to have figured it out. This is a person in your life that is probably really nice to your face, but talks about you behind your back. And guess what, Leo? That's kind of in your, I feel like, your destiny a little bit. You are one of the overachievers of the zodiac, and you make a big splash, just right? The big storm that came in, you make a big splash. And some people are not going to like that. Some people can't deal with that. And some people don't want to, and that's perfectly fine too. Different strokes for different folks is what I just heard. But there's always going to be somebody that's going to try to keep you trapped and bound. It's a good thing that you already know. You're already savvy to this. There's nothing you need to worry about, except for the fact that this person is, you know, then there are going to be people in our orbit like this. It's part of life's lessons to recognize and to deal with it accordingly, right? Deal with it in a mature way. And this is beautiful. Two of Cups, your higher self is connecting with you at this time. Your higher self is giving you that reassurance that all will be well. Like, this is you in your soul space, and it's like they've got you, they're holding you, they're keeping you. Let's get a clarifier for the Four of Wands in the reverse. Thank you, Spirit. Eight of Swords in the reverse, and the Awakening card, or Judgment. Judgment, Major Arcana number 20. Again, talking about stepping back onto that path of your destiny, your life's blueprint, doing what it is that you feel you need to do because your internal guidance system is telling you. And really stepping away from the ego-centeredness. The Eight of Swords is analysis paralysis. When I say ego-centeredness, I mean like the part of your psyche that keeps you in fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, the things that we get scared about. Also fear of death, that's always a big one. And it keeps you trapped and bound when you're overthinking all the time. But you've released this now because it's like you're answering Spirit's call. And you know, this reminds me of some of those kind of old Renaissance paintings that depict the kind of gremlin sitting on the chest when we experience sleep apnea or sleep paralysis. We are actually astral projecting, but people often feel as though there's a presence in the room, and you know, they're very terrified of that, right? It's that fear that builds it in. So where in this depiction it is the archangel coming into to herald in a new kind of consciousness for you, it's not an easy experience. I mean, imagine Archangel Michael or whatever standing right next to you. Like, what would that even look like? It's such a imposing, or can feel like an imposing energy, because it's just so divine. It's just so divinely guided. But that's precisely the energies that we're talking about for you right now. It's big, big stuff. And in some ways, this little whoever, that's small potatoes. Let's get a clarifier for the Sun in reverse. Wow, just like right away, shot off the top of the deck. Three of Pentacles. So asking Spirit, Three of Pentacles is co-creation with Spirit. So asking your spirit guides, asking the archangels, asking whomever, whatever you pray to, you meditate to, the universe itself, to lend you a helping hand, to allow you to raise yourself up as high as you would like to go, right? But this, it's almost like, remember I said this was like the abundance kind of right around the corner. You couldn't see it because it's right around the corner. It's almost like, you know, those pictures of people when they travel and their partner's they take this picture of their partner and their partner has their hand extended behind them, like, go on this journey with me. It's almost like Spirit is saying here, Leo, take my hand, go on this journey with me. Go on this journey, and we can find this abundance together. Wow, that's really beautiful. So let's read from the book, number 11, Chiron. Chiron. Wounds, teachings, paradoxes. Chiron is a cosmic enigma. In Greek mythology, he is said to be the rejected son of Saturn, who through the pain of abandonment becomes a great teacher and healer. Such is the paradoxical nature of this minor planet. It demonstrates that our pain is a great resource. It will guide us to our deepest purpose if we are able to observe it slowly, gently, and with support. When the Chiron card appears, know that you are being called to deepen the work, to delve into tender parts of yourself that require patience and forgiveness. Victim mentality will get you nowhere. Your past blaming. It's time to let your painful experiences serve as a beacon of light to others. Chiron reminds us of where we've been and where that allows us to go. So working through some karma, working through some things that need to come into balance, and ultimately I see you're going to be successful, because quite frankly, you wouldn't have it any other way. So Leo, that's your reading. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Leo.